Hey everyone, Mr. Sexton here, and if you're watching this, it means that I finally got the printer to print out the packets for the Woodwind instruments. So I'm going to do a short video demonstration of how to make the instruments in that packet that I sent home for DIY Woodwind instruments. Let's start with the easiest to make instrument and then work our way up towards the more advanced ones. The easiest instrument to make is the straw oboe. So you will need a straw and a pair of scissors, and that's all. To make the straw oboe, simply flatten out the tip of the straw, and you want to cut to snip each side so it makes something like a V shape. And that's the whole thing right there. That's it. Let's see if I put something behind it. See how it's sort of like two duck lips, and it's going to sound like a duck too. The goal here is to blow really fast air and to get these little duck lips to vibrate in the airstream. So you'll put your mouth over it with your lips about at the bottom of the cut, about there, and then you'll blow. You might need to slowly pinch this together with your lips until you find just the magic spot, or move a little forward or a little back. And if you're still not having luck, you may go back and try to adjust your tip there and see if you can change it up. Every one of these you make will be just a little bit different. Some will be really easy to play. Some might be a little tricky, but it's just a straw, so if you mess up, you can get another one. Yeah, I just had to find the magic spot where to put my lips, and then it worked. Now, if you're super duper crafty, you can get your scissors and you can put a few holes, just little holes, down the length of the straw. I'll just do one hole for a demonstration, and then you can cover and uncover the holes to change the pitch. Gotta find that magic spot again. Well, that's the idea. My oldest son loves this one the best. The next one is slightly more complicated to make. I think it's easier to, well, it is easier to play than that, and it's easier to play a tune on it. This is the Popsicle stick harmonica. So you will need 2 popsicle sticks, the jumbo kind work the best. You will need a sheet of paper, a pen or a pencil, 2 rubber bands, and scissors with a straw, or toothpicks. And I think they really go well if you use both of them, but either one will work. So first, I'm going to basically trace my popsicle stick on the paper. It doesn't have to be super exact. See, just basically tracing it. That doesn't show up real well. And next, I will cut the paper out. Now that's where we start having fun. Let's take a straw, or you can do with the toothpicks. Take a straw and lay it down on your popsicle stick and cut it so that it sticks out of both sides of it. You may want to hold on to your straw because they do tend to fly if you don't. And then do that again so you have 2 lengths. Now put one of the straws down, then lay your paper down. It's kind of like we're making a funny sandwich. Then lay the other straw down on the other side. So one straw is below the paper, one straw is above the paper. And then your other popsicle stick. And now we're going to use the rubber bands to hold these on. Picking it up for the... I'll come back and get that in a second. Getting the first one on is always the trickiest part, and then it's no big deal. Okay. There we go. There's one side. Now let me fix my other side. That one is above, so this one should go below. If you get both of them above or both below, it'll still work. It just works a little better this way, I think. Now, all you have to do is blow. But before I do, what you may find is that you have put the rubber bands on too tight and the little piece of paper in there can't vibrate anymore. Or you may find that as you play it, you end up accidentally squeezing the straws down flat where you can't play too. So here's why I like to use the straws and the toothpicks. I'll take the toothpick now, and I break off the pointy ends because I don't want to poke anybody. And then stick the toothpick through the straw. See, and that's why we cut the straw so long, so that the toothpick can't poke anybody. It makes it a little safer. Not that this is exactly a dangerous instrument, but sometimes you never know. Okay, let's poke this one through too. That way, even if I squeeze hard on this, I'm still not going to crush it flat because that toothpick is in the way. Okay, let's see how she plays. You don't have to bite down on it or anything. You don't have to hum into it. You just blow air through. Now you may find that it works better if you move your mouth to one side or the other, or one side may work better than the other. You might pinch the outsides just a little bit to raise it up if it's too close together. And the faster air you blow, the higher the pitch will be, and the slower the air, the lower the pitch will be. Okay, so there we go. What would happen if you were playing, and as you played, you slowly pinched the sides to open up that gap further? I'm going to let you experiment and find out what happens. Last, we have the cane flute, or bamboo flute. Technically, this is not bamboo, but let's not worry about that. This is the one you're definitely going to need an adult's help with, because for this one, you need a knife, and I don't want anybody cutting themselves. This is just a piece of river cane, or whatever species of cane this was. And you can make more of these on your own. You just have to find some river cane. It's usually growing around rivers and streams. And if it's in somebody's yard, be sure to ask permission, but people usually do not mind if you cut down just all of it. They're usually happy for it to be cut down because it's trying to take over the world. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to carve into this and shave down until I make a little wedge, a real thin, sharp wedge that I can blow air over, and that's going to produce our sound. So, no guest stars, Bly. No guest stars. Go on. Okay. Oh my, this is not wanting to go. Let me try the other blade, maybe. Yeah, that's working better. If this is taking too long, you can fast forward until it looks like I've got something holding it up to the screen. Always carve away from you too, because if you carve at you, you can slip and get yourself. That's no good. Whoa. I think the last time I did this, I had a sharper knife. Or a softer cane. Maybe I should have started with one done and then done like a, here's how you'll do it, but here's the finished product. Starting to get there. See how that's hollow? That's important. So longer canes are going to be better for they'll make a better instrument, a longer one and a wider one. But then the older they are, the harder they are. So the better your knife needs to be, or else you're going to be putting a lot of work in, like I'm doing. Okay, I'm starting to get there, okay? See how, maybe if I put my finger behind it, something dark behind it. I've got something dark right here. See how it's starting to get that sort of a U shape, almost a V. It's really more of a U. Oh, well, maybe if the knife's behind it, you can see it better. That's good. That's a good sign. That means we're getting there. And if we can see it's getting really thin right there. That's good. That's important because we need it to be really thin for the airstream to split over it and to create the turbulence that causes this sound. Okay, a little more. This will be the most challenging instrument to play. You can do it. It works fine, but it will take a little experimentation to find just the right angle to blow it at to get your sound. Okay, now you can use your knife too to clean up this edge. You don't want to take the edge off of it, but sometimes it has these little fibrous pieces at the end, and they can disturb the airstream. They make it not want to play right. I'm carefully carving away some of the inside layer just a little bit, making the inside clean and smooth. That was a hopeful sound, though. There you go, name tag. Let me try this. There it is. Now I could keep going on this and I might want to get it a little lower, but for time's sake I'm going to leave it right there. I can get a sound. To get the sound, you put your bottom lip over the opening and blow like you're make a little O shape with your lips, like you're drinking through a straw, except instead of sucking in, you blow air out and kind of aim it partway down. Then you can tilt your head and the instrument back and forth until you find just the right spot. Which I had found. Nothing like being on camera and doing it all in one take. Okay, anyway, that's the idea. Now, for making holes in it, you can use a drill, or I'm going to try to use this little tool on the back here. And on the front, I'll just put one hole in for the sake of time. But for goodness sakes, get an adult to help you out with this. You can just use a drill. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Much faster, much easier. But I'm going to do it this way because I don't have a drill right here with me. I'll put it, I'm just going to put it here. I'm just going to twist this until I tunnel my way through. You know, you can do this same thing if you don't have the cane plants. You can do this exact same thing with PVC pipe. And when you want to make your hole through that, one of the tricks is to heat up a screwdriver, like over a candle or something, and then just set the hot screwdriver and twist it, and it'll melt through the PVC pipe. But do that outdoors in some well-ventilated area because you don't want to breathe the melting, burning PVC fumes. I've actually got one of those in my classroom. They're pretty easy to do. But this is a more traditional way because our ancestors didn't have PVC pipes now, did they? But they had cane plants because you just can't get rid of cane plants. Here we go. Now I'm making it through. And if you have some sandpaper, you may want to and clean that up. I will see what I can do with this. since we're just making these for fun, you can make as many or as few holes as you want. Just don't make more holes than you have fingers to cover it. You might have more success, if you're just doing this for playing around, more success making the holes further away from where you're playing. If you do make them close, you're going to have to blow really fast air that's really focused right on the exact magic spot, the magic angle. It's just more challenging, but you can do it. If you find that you've got one too close to the top and it's too hard to play, then just cover those holes up with your fingers. Okay, this is not perfect, but it should work for a demonstration. I'm going to see if I can get this thinned out just a bit more, and we'll see if this works. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's looking good. Going out of there now. If I can get this piece out of here that's clinging. Okay. My one note, I guess it's two notes because one note and then here's the second note. My two-note flute. I had it. You can also move your lip further and back, forward and back to try to find that spot. Ha ha! And there it is, the cane plant or bamboo flute. Enjoy. I hope you have fun. And you know, if you don't mind, if you have time, if you feel like it, why not take a picture of your finished product or take a video of you playing it or making it together and send that to me at the school. I would love to see it. My school email address is on the piece of paper that I sent, or you can call the school and ask, or send it to one of the principals or secretary, anybody, and then that way I can see the instruments you made and I can enjoy that too, and I can share it with the other students. Thank you so much for watching and for taking time to work with your kids and learn extra things. Okay, I'm going to turn this video off now. It's been long enough.